Hello, my name is Layla Jane. I'm a detransitioner. Last time I testified in opposition to this bill, Senator Wiener claimed that what happened to me is rare, that there is a moral panic, that only a microscopic number of children are undergoing gender interventions, and that anyone who is saying otherwise is a liar. Look at my chest. I matter. At the age of 12, I was approved for a double mastectomy, and I went under the knife a couple weeks after I turned 13.
Look at my chest. That's what she says. All right. And I speak to this from experience. This is close to my heart because, as I mentioned before in another video that I did, my daughter, born a female, transitioned to a male. All right. So I've seen my daughter's chest after the procedure, not immediately after the procedure. And to be honest with you, I don't know when she had the procedure done, but I seen it. And the reason I ended up seeing it was because she was in a very serious car accident at one point a couple of years ago. And they had to do something to her, and they had to pull down her gown. And I saw the scars, the horizontal scars of the mastectomy, where they removed both her breasts. So I speak from experience with my daughter. And I want to react to this video with this individual. Her name is Layla, and she's retransitioning back to a female, and she speaks about certain things, certain policies that California's enacting and stuff like that. And I want to react to it. So with that said, let's check out the video.
Hello, my name is Layla Jane. I'm a detransitioner. Last time I testified in opposition to this bill, Senator Wiener claimed that what happened to me is rare, that there is a moral panic, that only a microscopic number of children are undergoing gender interventions, and that anyone who is saying otherwise is a liar. Look at my chest. I matter. At the age of 12, I was approved for a double mastectomy, and I went under the knife a couple weeks after I turned 13. Listen to my voice. Testosterone did this.
Now, once again, I speak to what I experienced with my daughter. And she didn't do it. I'll be honest with you. She didn't do it before she was 18. I don't think she did. But just listen to what she says at age 13. At age 13, she went under the knife to remove both her breasts. And this individual, Scott Wiener of California, check out his picture, is saying that this is a micro, that there's not a lot. Who cares? One is too many. That's what I say. My daughter is too many. And that's what I would say to him. Who cares? And these doctors that allow this, and these hospitals that allow these doctors to perform these procedures in their hospitals, it's wrong. Let's finish the video.
My vocal cords are so large, I can't scream. I have difficulty speaking sometimes. Don't you dare trivialize what happened to me and lie to Californians that this isn't happening.
All right. One more thing I want to say. I watched the experience. Another thing I watched was my daughter transitioning and hearing her voice change. All right. Because of the hormone stuff that she was taking, the testosterone, whatever she was taking. All right. I experienced that firsthand. Her voice changing. All right. So I don't know if my daughter is experiencing any issues right now where, how Layla says, she can't yell, she can't speak too loud. You know, she has trouble speaking sometimes. I mean, I don't know. But these are the side effects of these procedures. All right. A hysterectomy. My daughter had a hysterectomy. What's a major side effect of a hysterectomy? You'll never be able to have kids. And she had that done before the age of 25. It's sad.
I am one of thousands, and this bill is designed to hide the ever-growing number of kids being poisoned, sterilized, and maimed. Young females ages 12 to 17 having their breasts removed increased 13-fold between 2013 and 2020 and continues to increase.
Okay, so I want to speak to that because the study she's speaking to is a study by KAISER PERMANENTE that was conducted between 2013 and 2020. All right, and as you can see in the video, in the video, I post this peer-reviewed KAISER PERMANENTE study that was published in PUBMED. All right, I'll put a link in the description so you guys can read the whole thing. The thing is only like 4 paragraphs, but I'm only going to read a portion of the first 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph, methods. Gender affirming mastectomies performed from January to 2013 to July 2020. Adolescents 12 to 17 years of age at the time of referral were identified. The incidence of gender-affirming mastectomy was calculated by dividing the number of patients undergoing these procedures by the number of adolescents assigned female at birth, ages 12 to 17, within our system at the beginning of each year, and an amount of follow-up time within that year. 12 to 17 years old, folks. Come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing? This girl, Layla, at the age of 13, went under the knife to have her. Who's responsible for that? Whose responsibility? Who should you blame? And I'll tell you, Layla says something later, and I'm going to cover it, but she says, don't blame my parents. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I don't accept that. Second paragraph. Results. The incidence of gender-affirming mastectomy increased 13-fold from 3.7 to 47.7 per 100,000 individuals during the study period. Of the 209 patients who underwent surgery, the median age at referral was 16 years, ranged 12 to 17. The most common technique was double incision. You can read the rest of it if you want. I'm going to put a link so you can read the other paragraphs. There's the study. There's the proof that it's happening. And this guy, this senator, oh no, it's not a big deal. It's not that many. Really? 1 is too many, like I said earlier. It's sad. It really is sad.
The number of children ages 6 to 17 placed on puberty blockers and hormones over a 5-year period more than doubled to 1,400 and 4,200, respectively. And those stats don't include my provider, KAISER, the biggest chop shop on the West Coast. These are not microscopic numbers. Don't blame my parents.
All right. So what's the other thing that she's referring to as far as the 4,200 increase is, I put a link to this also, as a HHS policy that's coming out that was actually signed December 18, 2025 by RFK Jr. And I'm going to read the first paragraph, not all of it, because I'm going to put the link. You can read the whole thing. It's like 9 pages long. But here's what it says. Research published in 2023 is estimated that from 2016 through 2020, approximately 3,700 adolescents in the U.S. aged 12 to 18 with gender dysphoria diagnosis underwent surgical interventions. This figure includes more than 3,200 youth who underwent breast or chest surgery and over 400 who had genital surgeries resulting in permanent reproductive organ alterations and compromised sexual function. It's there. They've done the studies. This is what's happening. And it's not only happening to females, but it seems to me from what I have read that females are more likely to go through these procedures than males are. So a boy that wants to transition to a female is less likely to get these procedures done. But the bottom line, it doesn't matter. Female or male, it's wrong. And I'm glad that President Trump is going through with HR 3492, Protect Children's Innocence Act. Look it up. Read it. It'll tell you what it's all about. And this guy, Scott Wiener, wants to make it look like we're taking away all medical care for trans youth or trans people, which is a lie.
Who were coerced into consenting because puberty blockers, testosterone, and surgeries were the only treatment offered to address my cutting suicidal ideation and inability to function. Not one provider explored my autistic traits. Not one stepped in to consider if my childhood sexual abuse was the reason I wanted to shed my female body.
So I'm going to go back to what I said, that I don't agree that a parent has no responsibility. And I speak once again from experience. I am a parent of a trans child, a trans adult now, but I take some responsibility for that. I really do. Because at the time, I will tell you this, I didn't encourage her to do it, but I kind of supported it. You know what I mean? So that was wrong of me. And maybe if we would have taken her to counseling and had her speak to somebody, then maybe somehow, some way, the counselor would have helped her right the ship to how it's supposed to go naturally. And instead, we failed. I failed as a parent, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So this is where I don't agree with her. I do agree that there should be other avenues. You know, like she said, nobody talked to her about her past, about, you know, no, there was no like counseling. There probably was counseling about, oh, how this is going to benefit you and make you feel better. But no, now look, now her body is mutilated for the rest of her life. And she wants to go back to being a girl, which is difficult. It's hard.
Not one said your daughter is perfect the way she is. Now that would be considered hateful. This bill is designed to protect medical providers who harmed me and are harming other children who run away to this state under SB 107.
All right. So I want to address a couple of things. She says that now helping your child not mutilate their body is considered hateful. So protecting your child is hateful. For us to protect our children from stuff like this is hateful. Once again, I will say, you're over 18, do you? You know what I mean? So these laws that they're passing or that they already passed in California, SB 107. So SB 107, what SB 107 does, it protects employees from, I got to look it up. Sorry, I got to look at it. Let's see, sanctuary. Oh, no, SB 107 actually makes California a sanctuary state for transgender individuals. All right, meaning that just like illegal immigrants, certain states are sanctuary states, sanctuary cities. They protect illegals when they come in there. California is protecting transgender individuals from coming from another state that may have laws that prevents them from doing such things to their bodies. They can come into California and they'll be protected because California is considered now a sanctuary trans state. All right. So that's why she mentions SB 107. Then I'm going to talk about SB 497 before I end the video.
Or who violate safeguarding laws in their own states. All of you should be panicked and ashamed as you sit in silence or look at me with venom. Vote no.
All right. So I already went over SB 107. All right. SB 497 is basically, it was signed in 2025. So SB 407 is the Equal Pay and Anti-Retaliation Act. Now, what this Senator Scott Wiener wants to do, or he already did it actually. What he did was he proposed to extend SB 497 so that now it also protects transgender individuals coming from other states and allowing them to get these procedures performed in California. And it also protects doctors and medical facilities under this SB 497. So I encourage everybody to look at HR 3492, Protect Children's Innocence Act, which was signed by the House, which says that doctors cannot do this, and hospitals that allow this will lose federal funding in the form of Medicaid and Medicare. Check it out, read it. Check out the links I posted in the description for these articles that I read to you guys, a portion of it. But it's the right thing to do. We have to protect our children. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video. In addition.